So I haven't made coffee yet. I'm still trying to put all my shit away. Haven't made coffee. Probably could use coffee. I have no idea what I'm gonna do for dinner. I have all this chicken and stuff. I just like at the beginning of the month it's a lot of work because I have to play like Jenga with a very small fridge and I got a very small freezer, so I mean I have to take a little bit of food for a couple days for a couple of the first days of the week, and then I gotta like try to make sure everything fits in the freezer. And but it's like I gotta find all the places where I have for my snacks and this and that, and it's like some places I have, but it's more like places in the living room, like all my extra seltzers and Powerades and Diet Coke cases are all sitting in the living room. And what's really pissing me off is I got this fucking computer chair box with this fucking computer chair now that I can't do anything with, and I'm almost thinking about trying to try to see if I could sell it on eBay for like $150 or so, just to try to see if I can get rid of it, because I'm not a teen. I guess I didn't realize it at first, but I guess there's a thing where there's different sizes for different gaming chairs, so which was my first mistake, and I put of course because I didn't fully read all the information thoroughly. I ended up almost screwing over me and my mother, and I still got a chair which I can resell to somebody. It's a brand new chair. Brand new, still in the package, but it's more for teens. It's a gaming chair for teens, and I'm not a teen, The thing is, I needed an adult-sized gaming chair, and now I can't get it. And my mom, the whole thing about the story behind that is my mom got so kind of frustrated with the fact that she could have spent like $150 or so, or $160 on a gaming chair at Staples and stuff, and we probably could have got a free desk or a free table with it, but which is probably part of the deal, but my mom was just so kind of like, my mom was being herself. I sometimes mess with my mom and call my mom Discount Sandy, because my mom thinks about always getting things at a discount price, or always getting things used and stuff like that instead of paying full price for stuff, which in some cases I understand that being very helpful and stuff, because obviously I'm her son and I've obviously have used some of that to my advantage as well. But sometimes when you make an agreement to stuff and things were agreed upon and stuff like that, you don't need to go Discount Sandy and shit when you already kind of had agreed to maybe possibly get me the chair from or try to reorder the chair from Staples. But it was a huge thing about like my mom, my mom and I talking about like, how am I going to get the chair, who's going to help me pick it up and stuff like that, and how am I going to piece it together and stuff like that. But now it's like, luckily she was refunded for like the purchase of the chair when she actually ordered the chair. The seller said I could keep the chair. The problem is that I can't use the chair because it's a teen's chair, and now I gotta figure out how to resell it or get it out of my house, because it's just taking up space and something I can't use or value. So, at this point, it's like I gotta post it online or something. It's gonna cost me forever to ship it back out, because the package itself was like 54 pounds. 54 pounds or something like that was the actual chair, the actual box's package. So we'll have to see how much I'm gonna want to sell my chair for. I might take it out, and I might try to post pictures of it on eBay or something, and try to see if I could sell it on eBay. Obviously there's a way, if you could sell something on eBay, you can get, if you can hook it up right to your bank account, it can get shipped right to your bank account, or the money could be put in right into your bank account. You won't have to worry. I don't know. I'm very frustrated with the situation. I'm just kind of like very frustrated because I don't know. I'm trying to like clear stuff out of here and shit, and then there's more stuff that comes in here and stuff, and it's like some stuff I need, because some stuff is like food and stuff like that. Other stuff is like supplies, but I was trying to downsize in a way, or downsize the clutter and stuff, and now there's a huge box of a chair which is just taking up space and won't fit in my closet right in the middle of my fucking, living room. So I'm kind of very pissed about that. But they think about fire hazards and being able to walk around. I'm just like, really, my mom called me all bent out of shape. Was it yesterday or the day before? I went downstairs to sit with my neighbors, and I had to run upstairs to take a phone call because my mother actually, was complaining to me on the phone, or she was so concerned, or had this concern that she was charged again for the chair when, they were supposed to refund her. And then she called the credit card company, and the credit card company told her it was okay. So, I don't know. I'm a little tired. And I'm a little cranky, and I want to say I'm hungry because I just ate some cannolis, and I'm just chilling. But I don't know. I'm just like, there's just like a staleness in the air. I don't know if it's the heat. I don't know if it's the heat rising again or what it is, but there's this fucking staleness in the air. I gotta do my dishes again too. I mean, I just did dishes and I gotta redo them because once I did them, I had to take the pan, which I just redid, and make the chicken with. But I need to get oven cleaner. One thing I need to get this month is oven cleaner, because I need to clean my freaking oven, because my oven has like this burning smell occasionally. But I think sometimes too it might have been the oil and the oil and the water from the chicken when I tried to reheat, because I guess the oil from the chicken and stuff kind of cooled off, and I tried to reheat it in the oven to try to reheat the chicken in the oven and stuff and everything, because I cut into the chicken, and the chicken was still not cooked and still kind of bloody and stuff. So I wanted to cook the chicken, but now I can't cook. I ended up just saying to fuck it, because it was a burning smell, which I need to clean up because I need fucking oven cleaner. And I'm gonna probably just take this chicken, and when I want to eat it and stuff like that, I might just nuke it in the microwave for however long and stuff like that, and then it will hopefully be cooked thoroughly. Because obviously, once you start cooking things through the microwave, it cooks it from the inside out. So, the situation with that is that the chicken will probably be more cooked more thoroughly once you microwave it for a decent amount of time. So it's not going to be a big, over the top thing. It was only slight areas that it was still kind of underdone. So, I don't know. I mean, I didn't really reheat the chicken. I went outside to sit with a friend, and then a friend went to do laundry, and then we decided to go for a walk to Stop and Shop, and that's kind of when I wasn't planning on it, but I decided to do the other, start doing the other half of my list, because I still had money to do it, even though I wasn't probably going to save money or save as much money because I was still going to Stop and Shop to do it. I still was going to go and take, get some of what I needed from the list and stuff like that. So, I don't know. I mean, as long as I get food in the house, I mean, there's a good chance there still might be $90 to $100 left over. Who knows? I gotta see, because I still need to figure out what I need for the month, and I might need to get oven cleaner and a couple other things for the house. It's always that type of the month where you make sure you get what you need for the house too, even if it's like garbage bags and shit like that. So, it is that type of the month again, and I'm just hoping that there's going to be some type of spending, and I'll be able to do something with it, My friend and I have been talking about going to some of these local businesses that, we wanted to try, and he's tried a couple with his family and stuff like that. I haven't actually got a chance to try them. Like the other day, he almost wanted to ask me if I wanted to walk the Crumbs, because he was going to treat me to, almost treat me to a, I don't know, the fucking light in here. He was almost going to treat me to, a sandwich at Crumbs, and, I didn't go because I wasn't available. So, I'm hoping at some point that I might be able to go, because I do want to try one of their egg sandwiches, because I hear their egg sandwiches are really good, or a chicken sandwich, and I do want to get myself a coffee at some point from them, and at least try them and say I tried them. My friend really wants to try Lates, but he's kind of like a one step ahead of me too, because he wants to try Lates late night and stuff like that. Which he wanted to go at like 5 o'clock and try one of their burgers or something. Like go over to the store and maybe get a burger like to go or something and try one of their burgers. But I haven't even tried Crumbs yet, and my friend is like already one step ahead of me because he went with his family. So. I was just telling my mom about it too, but she doesn't know if she's coming up here this summer at all. So I'm at the point now where it's like maybe if I'm lucky, I can go with my mentor. If my mentor calls me early enough, maybe I can say, "Hey, let's go to Crumbs and get an egg sandwich or something." But it's a matter of having the money and stuff too. And I owe people money. I owe people some money too, which I know that's the fun thing about when you have money, and then you gotta pay up the rest of the money that you owe, because I kind of was on the back burner a little bit for like a month or two, because I ended up not having a lot of money to really go by with the rest of the month to pay people back. But I still do gotta pay a couple people back, and they're waiting for me to do that. So. So I mean, I'm not like in a debt like my friend Greg is. My friend Greg said he was in like a $300 debt or something like that, which I don't know why he does that to himself. But me, I'm all right. I am all right. I'm just tired, and my glasses are fucking filthy. I can't see out of these things. Thinking about the light being too bright, my fucking glasses are fucking filthy. I can't fucking see a thing, But I'm alright though. I am alright. I am alright. I just really flustered because I'm still trying to get everything I need in the house and still trying to do as much as I can. I'm gonna have to use my creamer sparingly until I can get the other creamers in the fridge, but it's a matter of making room too. I'm trying to still go through my fridge and make more room for stuff and stuff too, and I'm still trying to reorganize the freezer and stuff to make everything fit. And it's that time of the month, I mean, obviously, I sometimes have a way of slightly overcalculating what I buy. So, and if I slightly overcalculate what I buy, I would just usually just put it, put some of what I have into like a meat drawer, because I have a meat drawer in my refrigerator that will house a couple of things, in a meat drawer until I'm ready to cook them throughout the week. So, which is what I do, which is what I do. I'll cook them throughout the week, but I don't know. I'm at the point now where it's just like it's the holiday weekend, or I'm almost made it through the whole holiday weekend. It's like 7:20. I mean, the sun's still out because it's the summer, but it's like 7:28 on a Sunday. I almost made it through the whole holiday weekend. Tomorrow is the official holiday day of 4th of July. So, I have no plans. I mean, obviously, I don't know if it's actually tonight, or I don't know if it's actually tomorrow, but I think at some point there's going to be like a carnival or something. There's supposed to be some type of carnival here in Torrington, Connecticut, and there's supposed to be fireworks, and I can usually see the fireworks from over the mountain. If you look out my window, there's like a big green mountain and stuff, and there's like the school or something that they usually have like the fireworks at is like over the mountain over there. So when the fireworks go off, I can actually kind of see them through my window. I mean, it's kind of very hard to always get pictures and stuff at night, but I mean, I can definitely see stuff at night, depending. So, I mean, I get to see them from home. I'm not going to any carnivals or nothing, because I don't really have rides or hookups like that, but I'm all right though. I did see my friend Greg today. Actually, I ran into him earlier today. Was it today? Yeah, I ran into him earlier today when I was at the store, because I ran to the store earlier this morning, as people know. I ran to the store, and then I was kind of calculating my budget and trying to figure out what else I needed and stuff like that. But as soon as I got into the store, he was actually walking out with stuff he had needed and stuff like that for himself. And then I ended up walking with him back to the store later, when I actually saw him sitting outside. I guess he was doing laundry or something today, which reminds me, I'm going to have to think about laundry money. I really need to make sure all my needs are covered before I decide I have spending, and I'm just trying to figure out what I need to do. I really don't want to have to pay people back, but I need to. I mean, I owe somebody freaking $28. $28 is almost $30 out of my fucking budget, and I'm just not happy about it. But I mean, it's what it is, because I had to choose to, kind of borrow from somebody just to, just to make ends meet at the time. So you got to pay people back, when you borrow. So so I'm at that point where it's just like I'm chilling, doing what I need to do. I mean, I got food in the house. I'm not gonna lie. That's a great thing. This 4th of July, I really kind of exercised my independence and try to be as independent as possible by trying to get as much food in the house as I could get without, depending on the state of Connecticut or my mental health workers to take me from point A to point B for whatever reason. Which, in the end, they prefer that you're independent anyways. They prefer that you're independent and doing your own thing. But of course, the store around the corner from my house is not the cheapest store to go to, especially during the 4th of July, especially during like a financial crisis around the United States of America, where the prices are going up and shit like that. But I managed to make it work, and I managed to get most of my lists, and I'm still probably going to spend like another $60 to $70, I'm pretty sure, at Price Right, because I think creamers at Price Right are like $4.99 or something like that, or $3.99 or something. And sandwich meats are expensive, and it's all going to add up to something. It's going to probably be another $60 to $70, but whatever's left over will be added to the $90 I have left in there, and it will probably be good up until the point that I figure out what I need to do for like garbage bags and stuff like that. I don't know. I'm at the point now where I'm just thinking. I'm thinking. And people expect me to run around to all their events and stuff too. I'm gonna have to disappoint people and tell people openly I can't do it. This summer, I can't do it. There's no way for me to get to point A to point B. There's no way for me to get to point A to point B. I'm not even going to see my mother this summer, or barely to see her at all. I can't get to point A to point B. I can't barely leave the town, and I'm barely even going to be able to leave the town, yet alone go to another event right now. Just this summer's been absolutely, it's going to be absolutely kind of blah. It's going to be me in a lonely, rundown town, rundown ghost town during the summer, where either there's certain people out shopping, or most of the people are at the beach or doing something else, somewhere else, enjoying their summer elsewhere, or maybe taking a trip, to another country or something. But me, on the other hand, I'm as I said before, I'm kind of stuck in Torrington, which I'm still trying to make my Torrington experience a really good summer. But it's obviously what I want to do is kind of reclaim my summer by trying to make experiences kind of with local businesses I could still support. There's some local businesses I don't know if I'm going to support or not support. Who knows? I mean, all this drama and stuff about, supporting local businesses and stuff I had, obviously, for me personally, I can say openly why I don't like something. I mean, people can call it what it is, but I can say openly if I was obviously somebody who did business with somebody, and say openly openly to people about why I didn't like the business and the reasons why I didn't like the business and why I feel like I was screwed over. Yes, I can say that, I don't even know where the fuck I'm going with this. My glasses are too fucking filthy, and it's driving me nuts. But regardless, I'm not like one for like the total drama about the situation, where people are trying to now call like a crisis line and try to get me sent to an emergency room because I have mental health problems, and people are thinking I'm having some mental health crisis, or want to try to bring up things like I'm having a mental health crisis, which it's not a mental health crisis. I mean, obviously, if anybody knows me and knows the situation, I would say that time a month. It's not even really that time a month. It's going to be that time every 3 months. It's going to be that time every 3 months where I'm going to be due for a medical shot, and every time around the medical shot, I get irritable and cranky, and depending on the level of stress, in my world, or, the things that I'm dealing with and stuff like that, it's going to fucking show, and I'm going to be fucking annoyed, and I'm going to be fucking kind of a little cranky and a little bit more testy, which I was, especially with this whole stuff with the bookstore and with, Taquanas, which was months ago, which is still bothering me because I'm judging myself of how I think others are going to be judging me. And that's the truth. I'm judging myself because of how I think others are going to be judging me. And if you don't get what that means, then you obviously are a shithead. You're obviously a fucking shithead. So, but yes, I feel like I'm going to be judged for those who can't understand layman's terms. But I feel like I'm going to be judged because of my fallout with the Kiwanis, because I'm going to be looked at some type of way, because because obviously now there's issues and stuff on my end. Obviously I'm being looked at this in some type of way anyways, because now somebody wanted to call a crisis line and make a bigger dramas out of something so simple as me voicing why I don't like something or why I'm upset about something. Granted, yes, it was around the time of my medical shot. Yes. Obviously, you asinine motherfuckers don't realize I get really fucking testy, when I need the fucking medical shot, which I got the fucking medical shot, for my mental health, which luckily is every 3 months. So, and because I just fucking got it, I mean, I'm good for another fucking 3 months, So I'm not gonna be testy for a good point of time, unless somebody pisses me off, and then you get kind of what you're getting now of the Carl Urso that doesn't want to tolerate the bullshit and the drama and the shit like that, because it's actually fucking ridiculous, And that's what you hear in my voice, is the anger and for the bullshit and the shit that's absolutely fucking ridiculous out of all this, because it doesn't need to go this far. I mean, obviously, I still have a right to tell people what I don't like about the business. I get that I get that there's people and artists that I'm still friends with because of that's how we met, and that's how we kind of became friends or whatever else, is because of John and stuff like that. But unfortunately, things change, circumstances change, people move up in their careers and their lives, and so other people kind of have to go to different ways and different things, and nothing ever stays the same, and some people are unfortunately having to go their separate ways from John, including myself, or possibly myself. I don't know yet, It's ironic, because me and a friend were passing him the other day, and he asked me how I was, and I just said I'm good, and I kept walking, because I really wanted to go up the road to go to Nicholas's Pizza to just get a free slice of pizza, because that's all I really cared about at the time, was making sure I can get to Nicholas's Pizza on time to get the free slice of pizza that, you could get if you went there, and just mentioned the Facebook ad, which was true, So I went there, and that's what we did. I didn't really care about, talking to John, because and maybe in a different retrospect, in a different light, I probably could have stopped and talked to him and told him exactly how I was feeling, exactly how I was. But I mean, I wasn't going to stop for him at the time, because I was busy with a friend and we had other things to do. So, so John Noki needs, if John Noki wants to address shit with me, he can still try to reach out and stuff like that, but he's going to have to wait for when I have the fucking time and the fucking effort to do it, But I understand too that I made a lot of friends and I made a lot of connections through John, and I've kind of made a lot of, I wouldn't be totally where I am today if it wasn't for some of my supporting of John, but at the same time, I don't think John was always very supportive of me. I think it was more like a one-way street on the support thing, where I was more supportive of him and he wasn't supportive of me. And, it kind of showed to me, and I don't know if it showed to anybody else, because everybody else was kind of like, oh, John this and John that. But no, for me, I was feeling like there was a huge divide or huge lack when supporting John Noki, and I don't really care for, some of John's practices as a liberal based, person, and some other things he kind of goes about. I partook in them because I wanted to believe in the liberal democratic society, but as I said before, I'm neither liberal nor am I far right, and I'm neither, I'm kind of almost neither Republican or Democrat. I'm more kind of independent and kind of just not almost done with politics altogether. I might not even vote this year, but I don't know. I mean, the whole thing of why I kind of kept carried on with the whole Taquana thing is because, yes, I feel like I'm going to be judged, my whole reputation of what people made me out to be, especially when supporting John, was the whole thing of that as I was the supporter. I was the supporter, but obviously, if you're the supporter, you're usually the one who's always giving up the money and always the time and the effort to support people and stuff like that. Yes, but obviously, I don't always have the time and the effort and money to continue doing so, and I just I'm at the point now where he doesn't. I don't feel like the support from me in return of the time and effort and things, on his end towards me and what I'm doing are really valued in return as much as I give to him. So, but at the same time, I wanted to be honest and say too that I do feel like I'm going to be judged because I know Taquana is the first black business in Torrington. Taquana was the first black business in Torrington. I didn't mean to really be put in a situation so fast to work for her. That kind of happened, and obviously, I kind of almost let myself be used, and there was some red flags with that, which my mom talked about to me. She thinks there was some red flags about how she went about it and how I went about it. So there's obviously a bunch of red flags about us in the whole situation of how that came about, and then me being fired. But me being fired was also me kind of looking out for myself because I could have made a choice to go back and kind of deal with some bullshit and some abuse and some drama between me and Taquana and some people, and maybe have the situation got a whole lot worse, personally on a more personal level between me and her, and it was, I didn't want to do that. I decided not to show up and decide just to, let it be, but, regardless, I did kind of work for her for a day, or try to work for her for a day, and, my family kind of feels like I should have got paid for that day, whether it was a week or a day. I still should have got paid something for the work that I did, but I won't lie to you. I did terrible. I was having a hard time on the chores and all the tasks and all the different things it took to really kind of help her maintain her restaurant. And she should have had violation codes. She should have had violation codes. She didn't even take time to wash her pans. Her pans were on a fucking rack, and then she made us go through the pans and stuff like that. She made us go through the pans and stuff like that to wash the pans that she had with all the baking stuff in it and stuff like that, because she had supposedly no time to clean it and stuff like that, and she wanted us to do it, the people that worked for her, to go put the pans in the sink and scrub them and stuff like that. So she had no time for it. She that's her thing. She has no time. She has no time. You work for me, you're going to work for me, you're going to kind of be, going to be used to work for me, you're going to be used for what I want you to be worked for and stuff like that. I don't want to hear about anything else. I have other things to do. I have another job to do during the day. As soon as I come back to the store and stuff like that, you're free to go. I don't want to hear from you until the next day, until I need you again. That's pretty much that's pretty much how I was fucking treated, After somebody who kind of spent, a month or two beforehand trying to talk to her and trying to be her friend and trying to really connect with her, on a different level, which got thrown out the window as soon as I kind of got so quickly roped into taking that whole job thing for her, which kind of, lasted 24 hours, and then I kind of decided I had to walk away and kind of make myself the unreliable person, as she kept calling me, like, are you going to be unreliable? Are you going to be unreliable? Yes, I turned out to be unreliable because she was being a bitch. And she was being kind of really, 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 really wrong, and I couldn't deal. I mean, I understand what fire signs are like. I understand, but Leos have, some Leo women have a really, some Leo women, especially black Leo women, are really kind of nasty or kind of really mean with the attitude, and I know that because I dated a Leo woman that was 19, 20 years old, from my mental health program. I met her through what they would call a super advocacy group or something like that for Advocacy Unlimited, because I was a big part of taking an advocacy group of learning how to advocate for yourself and stuff like that, which is a class that they'll pay you for to learn skills to advocate for yourself and others. But I met this woman, or this girl. I would say girl because she was still young, younger woman, but it was 19, 20 years old, and she was very young, very immature. She wanted to act all immature. She wanted to act all mature. She wanted to act like she was all big and bad, and you didn't want to mess with her. She would throw hands and stuff like that, like she didn't give a fuck and stuff like that. But not the right woman. That wasn't the right woman that I would choose for my, to represent me as an artist. And some people say I like them kind of ghetto or kind of tottish or whatever the fuck you want to call it. But, I like black women. I like black women. If you're calling a black woman, ghetto because she's naturally black and that she's naturally in tune with their culture and stuff like that, then I'm sorry. I like black women, Because obviously my ex-girlfriend was called ghetto by a couple of people because of her actions and stuff like that, and I didn't really like the fact that had happened, but, I thought that was kind of racist and wrong, but at the same time, she was still kind of acting out of line, and at the end of the day, I still had to break up with her, which neither of us were happy with each other, After all the work I did for her, too, when she got kicked out of her apartment, when she used to live around the corner, too, and she got kicked out of her apartment, and I had to help her clean up her whole entire small little, apartment. I had to help her clean up the whole thing, and then I had to help her. Then she moved to a whole nother place. I had to clean up all the garbage. The whole place was fucking filthy. I don't know what kind of girl I was dating, but she was fucking filthy. Looking back at it, Of course, I was smoked up on drugs thanks to her too, but or marijuana, which still is a drug, but not like any other drug than marijuana. I've smoked marijuana, and that's probably about it. But I haven't really done anything like heroin or nothing because I'm not like a drug addict, and I don't really believe in like a really hardcore drug life. Obviously, there's a lot of rumors and stuff going around too that marijuana or pot is not necessarily a bad drug. It can actually be more of a leisurely drug if they make it more legal, and some places want to make it more legalized and stuff like that if it's not already. But I don't know. I'm at that point too where it's like I'm just thinking. I'm thinking so much about how. I don't know. I should let that girl go. I should let that girl go, too. But she's a big part of what transpired, too, at the Performance Hub and stuff, too, that really kind of was brought about some things with my mental health program and some of the other issues with the fights and stuff that transpired and stuff between people because, she wanted to not act properly and stuff like that. And, the fucked up thing, too, is that the girl that I chose to represent me the most, which is the girl that I was supposed to chose to represent me the most, had decided to go out the door and confront somebody and start a fight with somebody the moment that I was on stage. The moment I was on stage trying to perform with somebody, this girl that that people want to call ghetto because of her actions and and make her out because she's black or or she wants to act like who knows. But regardless of the factor, I was on stage, when the whole thing took place, and I didn't like how that played out either. I don't like how that played out either. Obviously they swore to me that everything was going to be okay, and no, nothing was okay. Nothing was okay because I should have known better that nothing was okay because they went to the store and. They went out and they decided to cause a fight and stuff like that. And they were told to, go out and never come back. And then she's, talked to her later on and she was cowarding in her apartment saying, oh, did they call the cops on me? I'm like, you just tried to fucking hit somebody, bitch, But anyways, Anyway. I'm so fucking frustrated with the fucking past. The past is the past and it's over with, but I am still fucking frustrated with the past. I'm still frustrated with the things that have happened, and I don't want the past to repeat itself, and unfortunately, some of the past and how the past played out still has to do with the system not caring, and the system not caring for how the clients treat people outside of the system and outside of the system after hours and what they do and how they socialize and stuff like that, or cause drama or bicker back and forth and etc. The system does not care, does not want to be held responsible unless something bad happens, and they're going to try to kind of talk to the police and stuff like that, but they don't care if you end up getting, sent to jail or shit like that because something bad happens, But at the same time, it is what it is, But it's like I'm holding on to shit from years ago that I really should let go. But it's like a trauma thing. It caused me so much trauma that, I mean, obviously the whole thing with this girl that got killed outside my place because of another person that people want to like try to associate me with because we were big stocky Italian guys and we had similar features and stuff like that, which is true. This guy and I had similar features, but he did lose a lot of weight, shortly afterwards. But this other guy from my recovery and stuff like that would dress kind of similar with like the camo pants or the like different hoodies and stuff I used to wear and stuff like that. And he gave me such a bad rap. He gave me such a bad rap and a bad reputation to really be in this town and really kind of have to socialize with people in this town, especially some people in the younger and generational community that are obviously upset because they were either friends with that person or, friends with him or, vice versa and other kinds of bullshit that, my whole situation is just going to hell. But, I'm at that point though. And I'm just thinking to myself, like, yeah, shit happens. I don't know what I'm ranting about too. I'm just kind of like ranting and kind of like doing a rant kind of video. I mean, obviously, I don't really know what to say after the fact that I was like, oh, I'm working on putting my food away and stuff like that. I'm just kind of like, fuck it, I'm gonna go on a rant for like 20 to, I don't know how long this video is, 20 to 30 minutes, but. I don't know. I mean, obviously at this point, it is the holiday weekend. I don't know what's going to happen with me. I need to do something with myself. Turn on some music, pump up the music, do something. Do something that's going to be worthwhile. Figure out what's going on with the rest of my list and stuff like that and continue, go from there. So, anyways.